time for us to overreact a little bit. We do this at the beginning of every season, and for the Braves, I think it's important that we fast forward to the end of 162, hopefully more than that, and tell you who we think is going to do some magical things for this team this season. We're going to start with season MVP. Gabe, who do you got for the Braves?
Ronald Acuna. I know that's a shocker.
Groundbreaking, Gabe. Wow.
Sometimes you just take the layups when they're there, right? Look, I think as long as he's staying healthy, and I think he's going to play more than 140 games, which I've written. I think we're going to see another 40-40 season. I can't predict MVP because Shohei Ohtani still exists. Yeah. And until he doesn't win it, I can't pick somebody else. But I do think that this is certainly the year that when you talk about that conversation, who is right there with Ohtani, with Aaron Judge as far as the best player in the game, sometimes Ronald gets a little bit forgotten, which is kind of crazy to say because we think about him all the time. But around, he's been hurt. He hasn't been the same guy. And so people in other markets aren't necessarily thinking of him. I think this is the year that he puts himself firmly back in that category.
Yeah, he's looked so good. And every single guy in that clubhouse, if you ask them about Ronald, they'll say he's entering the season at 200%. That's a scary thing when you think about Ronald. He's speaking English now on national broadcast. Yep. This is a superstar. We know he's been a superstar, but I think to the world, maybe a superstar in the making. Reeves, what about you? Please don't pick Ronald Acuna.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go with somebody who probably won't have the numbers of some of the other guys in this Braves lineup this year, but I'm going to go with Drake Baldwin, someone who is coming off a Rookie of the Year season and at a position that's so hard to find offensive talent at in the MLB. The Braves have honestly been very lucky over the past few years, and Drake Baldwin just adds to that. And I think he's going to take that Rookie of the Year season to another level, especially now batting what we should foresee in the 2-hole for most of the season. And when he's not catching, should be in the DH spot to keep his bat in the lineup. And how lucky the Braves have been, honestly. I mean, they had a guy like Shea Langoliers, who they traded for Matt Olson. They had William Contreras, who they traded in the Sean Murphy trade. So when you think about all the offensive talent, the Braves at one point, including Drake Baldwin, you total it up, 3 of probably the top 5 offensive hitting catchers in baseball. And now those 2 guys are gone, and Drake Baldwin is in, and then Sean Murphy's coming back. So the Braves are very fortunate at catcher for sure.
I agree. And Drake obviously is going to have a great year. I think we all kind of agree on that. I agree with both of you guys. I've also been told we got to speed things up, so I'll go quick here. I'm going to go MVP, and I would have picked Ronald Acuna Jr., but I'm trying to not go obvious, Gabe. I'm going to pick Austin Riley, mostly because of the nimble aspect that Megan, I love that you said that. He does look very nimble out there. The defense looks fantastic. This guy looks healthy, and he feels healthier than he has been. If you remember, he's been hurt the last 2 seasons. I think when Austin Riley is healthy, something different happens for this player. I think he's going to hit over 30 home runs this year. I don't think that's an aggressive thing to say, and I do believe that there is something different about him this year. Walt Weiss said that as well. We're also going to talk about the season breakout player. Gabe, who's yours?
I'm going J.R. Ritchie because
look,
his first minor league start this season, a little inconsistent command, but he's gonna rein things in. He's going to wind up being a big part of this. There's going to be more. I've said it before. There's going to be more pitching injuries. This kid is ready to go. He's going to debut pretty soon, and I would imagine he's going to wind up being a big part.
Reeves, what about you?
I'm going to go with Michael Harris. I think this is the year it all begins to click for him. He made some adjustments last year, changed the stance a little bit, more patient approach to the plate. So I think he's going to be able to see more pitches this year, which leads to higher quality ABs, better pitches to see, better offensive numbers. Not saying 30-30, but he could teeter on that line if things start to click.
I like that. I mean, maybe after the birth of his baby, he'll be doing all that. Okay, my breakout player, I'll go quick. Mauricio Dubon, mostly because he can be incredibly versatile, I think, for this team. And he's having such an incredible opportunity at the beginning of the year with Ha-Sung Kim's absence. But if he's not going to be doing anything at shortstop, you can move him into left field. He's obviously brings some value at the plate, which I think is fantastic. So Mauricio Dubon, please have a breakout season, so I'm right. All right, bold prediction. It can be crazy. Gabe, what's yours?
You know, I wrote this in my predictions piece. I think the Braves are going to go out and trade for Byron Buxton, Georgia native at the trade deadline. I think they need one more bat, even when you get Murph back, even when you're factoring in Kim. And again, more injuries are going to occur.
Yeah.
This is a guy who has a no-trade clause. He's going to have just over $30 million remaining 2 years past this year. There's not many guys you can get at that price with that level of upside offensively, and I could see this happening.
Reeves?
I'm going to piggyback off what Gabe said at the top. I'm going to go with J.R. Ritchie. I think, the Braves back end of the rotation, they've been riddled with injuries right now. The top 3 is pretty solid. Chris Sale, Ray Lowe, and Grant Holmes. But then you got Bryce Elder, Jose Suarez, maybe Martin Perez, Didier Fuentes. I don't think that holds up. I think we see J.R. Ritchie in the rotation as a regular starter before the All-Star break. Not saying that should be the case. If the Braves guys are healthy, he's probably not. but I think he is, and I think he's going to perform well.
Ooh, I like both of those. I'm going to pick something that you probably don't agree with. I think Sean Murphy's going to get traded this year, and mostly because there is depth at the catcher position, and the Braves are going to need something else somewhere. So I'm going to go with that, and maybe that's a little crazy. Maybe it's not. We would hate to see Sean Murphy go, but guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll wrap things up when we come back.